Welcome to the Galactic Center for Tourism and Recreation. How can I help you today? You're looking for a little bit of hiking information? Okay, just out of curiosity, are you a new resident of this galaxy, or are you just visiting as a tourist? You're just visiting? Well, hopefully you've had a little bit of time to absorb some of the fabulous culture of our galaxy. What has been your favorite planet to visit thus far in our galaxy? Oh, yes. The entire solar system around that planet is just a delight. I would definitely recommend that anyone who visits our galaxy here would stop by that particular solar system so that they could have the experience of all the planets there. How many planets did you visit in that system? 2 of them? Yeah, I would definitely recommend visiting the rest. The food, if nothing else, is well worth the visit into that section of our galaxy. What galaxy are you from, if I may ask? Oh, okay, so you're a couple galaxies away, so this is kind of a fun long trip for you, kind of a getaway? Or are you here on business? Spring break? Oh, well, I certainly hope you're enjoying it. Do you mind if I plug in where you're from? We just like to keep track of where different people are visiting our galaxy from, just so we can see how well we're doing as far as the tourism from various other galaxies. Our galaxy does seem to be a tourism hotspot, but we do like to know where everyone is coming from. So if you don't mind, can I just plug that in? Okay, great. And would you be interested in sharing what solar system and planet you're from in that galaxy? Okay. And what is the nearest star to that system? Okay, I've actually heard of that one. Is that a little bit of a touristy hotspot in itself in your galaxy, isn't it? Yeah, I thought so. And can you just confirm the spelling of the planet, please? Okay, great. What can I help you with as far as information about our galaxy? Why have you come into our little center today? You're interested in going on some hikes, but you're not sure where the best places in the galaxy are? Okay, that's not a problem at all. We have a completely full database of great hiking spots, so let me just pull up a few of those and see what I can recommend. Okay, well, Abidos is a great place to go for a hike if you're looking for something kind of warm. It's a desert planet, and you'll get to go by and see various pyramids and other interesting architecture. There was a Stargate system throughout the galaxy that connected this planet to various other planets, and there was a more technologically advanced alien race that was using the people of this planet to mine a specific mineral that was used to power all of their technology, but most of that alien race has been destroyed, so You don't have to worry about running into too many of them, though it doesn't hurt to keep your eyes open as you're walking. But again, beautiful dunes, beautiful architecture, a really great hike. Not a lot of variation in the landscape, but lots of architecture to look at while you're hiking. You'd prefer something with a little more variation in the landscape? Okay, let's see. Okay, well, my system is potentially recommending Tatooine, which is another desert planet, but there's a lot more aesthetic variety in the visuals on that planet. There's, of course, the rolling dunes that you would expect on a desert planet, but there's a lot of canyons and some very interesting rock formations and things like that. Every now and again there is an alien race known as the Tusken Raiders, and, they occasionally snatch a hiker here and there, but it's not real common, so you'll just want to throw a laser blaster in your hiking pack or something, safety first. You'd like to stay away from the desert planets because you don't like sand? Oh, because it's coarse and it gets everywhere? Yes, I totally understand. Okay, well, that's good to know. We'll just find you something completely different then, okay? Here we go. If you're looking for something kind of challenging without going overboard, Satatori Mountain is a beautiful hike and climb. Once you get to the top, there are, of course, spectacular panoramic views, and the mountain is covered in beautiful trees and interesting fauna, so it really makes for a very pleasurable hike. And if you should happen to notice a green glow somewhere on the mountain, it's a good sign that the Lord of the Mountain is about to appear. You've heard of the Lord of the Mountain, okay. So, I don't know if you're aware, but the Lord of the Mountain is a little bit difficult to tame, but if you are able to successfully do so, then you can enjoy a nice ride to finish up the hike. No. Being a wild creature, you cannot register it with any stable, so it will simply be, there to ride for pleasure, but you cannot stable that animal, unfortunately, due to its protected wild status. You're not sure you want to do something as high as a mountain just yet? Okay, let's see what else we can find here. Well, if you're looking for something maybe a little more urban, less climbing, more walking, you might want to try the Water Gardens of Dorne. It's a spectacular hike with very easy to traverse paths. They're all paved, and you can walk in and out of the water gardens. There's beautiful shade trees, and of course the pools of the water garden, and the architecture surrounding and within the water garden is simply fabulous, an utter feast for the eyes, so it's a hike you might even want to go slowly just so you can take it all in. The one thing is, the people of Dorne are kind of big on poison, so I wouldn't recommend eating or drinking anything that you didn't bring with you yourself, because, you don't want to meet an untimely demise in such a beautiful place. You're interested in something a little less urban? Okay, let's see what else we can find. Oh no, you're not being irritating at all. This is my job, to help all of our friendly tourists find places that they would like to visit in our gallery. So I'm not going to be happy until we find just the right hiking spot for you. So don't concern yourself at all. So let's just see if we can find you something a little less urban. If you like water, you can head to the Shire and hike along the flowing rivers of the Barren Dune, also known as the Brandywine River. And that's a really spectacular hike as well. Just the river, the name comes from the fact that it's kind of a muddy river, but it gives it that beautiful red color, kind of, so not as clear as the water pools of Dorne, but if you like something with a little more character, shall we say, that makes for a beautiful hike. Occasionally there's a stray Nazgul that comes through, and that can be a little bit dangerous, but as far as we know, they're not able to swim, so if push comes to shove, just swim across to the other side of the river and the Nazgul won't be able to follow you. You'd prefer a hike in a forested area? Okay, let's see. Oh, yes, I've actually done this hike, the one that my system is now recommending. This is the Forbidden Forest hike. The Forbidden Forest is just a name. It's not actually forbidden. It's mostly just to keep the children from going into the forest, so they call it the Forbidden Forest. But yeah, I've hiked this trail through the Forbidden Forest, and it's really quite delightful. Quite magical, in fact. If you're lucky, you'll get to see some unicorns or centaurs running across your path. If you're unlucky, you might stumble into a nest of giant spiders, but, you know, I think it's worth the risk because it's really quite a lovely hike. You have an intense fear of spiders. Okay, well, yeah, maybe that's not the hike for you then. Personally, I kind of like spiders, especially those black and yellow ones that make the little zigzag spider webs. Oh, those are my absolute favorite spiders. I wait for them every year. What do I mean by wait for them? You don't really see them throughout the entire year. They just kind of show up in the fall, September, I would say, is usually when I see them most. Late August, September, October, usually in there. They're definitely autumn spiders, I guess. I have no idea where they go for the rest of the year, but I always look forward to seeing them in the autumn. Yes, they're on planet Earth. As far as I know, that they are not prolific on any other planet, so if you wanted to see them, you'd have to go to Earth, but it sounds like you're not a huge spider fan. Okay, well, let's see if we can find you a forested trail without giant spider nests, okay? There is a forested planet, forested moon, actually, not too far away. Let me see. Yes, I remembered seeing this in the system. The moon of the planet Endor. The moon is completely forested, so you can hike for miles and miles and miles and never run out of forest. And there's not a spider in sight on this planet. You'll just probably want to watch out for the Ewoks. What are Ewoks? They're one of the native species of the moon, and they're kind of like large teddy bears, I guess is the best way to describe their appearance. But they can be a little bit dangerous. They're cute, but they will eat you, so you just want to be a little careful of that. But again, just take precautions and you should be fine, and make it home without becoming a meal yourself, okay? You think that's definitely the hiking trail that you'd like to check out? Okay, well, if you'd like, I can print you all the specifications for that planet, so you can find all the best trails once you get there. And I can also book you a ticket on the next shuttle flying out there if you'd like. Oh yes, all part of our duty here at the Galactic Center for Tourism and Travel. What time would you like to depart? Okay. There are no shuttles leaving at that time, but there's one leaving a half hour later. Would that work? Okay. And what is your name? Okay. And your intergalactic tourism pass number? Yes, the one that they gave you when you crossed into our galaxy. Okay. Why do we need that? That's so that we can charge your ticket directly to your pass. Makes it a little easier. That way the tourists don't have to carry around a million types of currency, because obviously there's the currency from your galaxy, the currency from your solar system, the currency from your planet, and then there's the currency from our galaxy, the currency from whatever planet you want to visit in our galaxy. And oftentimes even the planets in our galaxy have different currencies based on what part of the planet you're on, and it just makes it a royal mess for even the citizens of this galaxy. So we try to encourage tourism, so we make it simple and just charge everything right to your tourist pass. And that way you can take care of it all later in whatever currency you choose. Yeah, it does make it so much more convenient. So, okay, what is your global receiving device address? And I can send this information directly to you. Okay. Okay, there you go. You should now be receiving your shuttle pass, as well as all the information about the forest moon, so you can head out there and get ready for your hike, okay? Oh, no problem. It was my pleasure, and we're very grateful that you've decided to spend your spring break in our galaxy. I hope that you enjoy your hike, and we hope that you come and visit us again sometime. Have a lovely rest of your day.